up, everybody? It's your boy C-Money, and I'm back with another video. Because today, we gotta talk about NXT, last night's episode of NXT. Because, yeah, some pretty good stuff happened, and we have to talk about it. But, first, I just want you guys to let you know to subscribe now. Subscribe. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. Subscribe for more, guys, because Friday, the Sheriff is back in town. Sheriff C-Money, a new episode coming out on Friday. So tap the notifications bell now. You don't want to miss it. But now let's talk about NXT. Because, as you know, last week we saw the heel turn of Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker turned heel. So starts off with Carmelo Hayes, NXT champion, coming out with Trick Williams, talking about how Braun said how he passed the torch to Carmelo, and Melo's like, nah, Braun, I took it. You didn't give it to me, I took it. And then Dragon Lee comes out because they have this fatal four-way planned in the main event with Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, Grayson Waller, and this fourth mystery spot, which Carmelo Hayes invites Braun Breaker to be in because he wants to get paid because Breaker turned heel and attacked Melo and Williams last week. So Carmelo wants Breaker to win that fatal four-way so they can have a rematch. So Melo, even though Melo's the champ, he doesn't. So why would he want a rematch with Breaker? Because he wants payback for when Breaker attacked him. So, but then, you know, Dragon Lee comes out, JD McDonough comes out, Grayson Waller comes out. They're all talking, all that. Basically just setting up the Carmelo Hayes made a leprechaun joke to JD McDonough because he's Irish. So he's like, you're going to have to make you're going to have to keep going with the rainbow to get to this pot of gold, he said. That was funny. So, yeah, so very cool. Then, because later in the show they have Duke Hudson, the MVP award ceremony, Chase U MVP ceremony for Duke Hudson. And, you know, Duke Hudson, you can see Duke Hudson is he's turning very selfish because he's like, yeah, I'm not one for awards ceremonies, but yeah, just basically saying how, like, I saved the school, I did this, all that. And then Braun Breaker showed up, and he was wearing all black, he had the chain on. Yeah, Braun, he meant business. So he comes out, and yeah, he's turned against the fans because he's like, I don't care about any of these scumbags anymore. He called all the fans scumbags. So Braun Breaker's full heel now. Yeah, which, I mean, yeah, because the fans weren't like turning on him, but they were not because Carmelo Hayes said at the beginning of the show, he's like, Braun, the people don't want you as their guy anymore. They want me. So yeah, so it would make sense for Braun to turn heel. And then he was saying how he doesn't want to be in the fatal four-way because he says how the NXT championship has just been a curse to his career, so he doesn't want to be in the fatal four-way to become #1 contender. So he offers Duke Hudson to be in that spot, to take the final spot. He offers Duke Hudson. Duke Hudson accepts, and then Braun Breaker though then hits Andre Chase with a spear, and Duke Hudson just grabs his MVP trophy and runs off. Like, what? Like, so you could see Duke Hudson is kind of starting to be a little selfish because as Andre Chase just got cut in half by Braun Breaker, Duke Hudson just grabs his trophy and just runs away. Like, really, bruh? Really? And then Braun Breaker rips the flag, breaks the pole, insulting Chase U. And then, Duke Hudson said backstage, he's warming up, and he's like, I'll be the first person to bring gold to Chase U. Yeah, because so you could see Duke, he's getting a little selfish here. Duke Hudson is being a little selfish. Then, more controversy, because they had the rematch for the women's tag team titles. Alba Fire, Isla Dawn against the former champs, Fallon Henley and Kiana James. Kiana James was saying backstage, I don't want the goody two-shoes Fallon Henley. I want the yeehaw Fallon Henley. I was like, whoa. And then apparently Brooks wasn't there because Brooks was upset with Briggs and Fallon for getting involved in his relationship and stuff. So, and yeah, because that happens. Because then Jensen all of a sudden comes out, and when the ref isn't looking, he grabs Kiana's purse and he gives it to Fallon, and he's like, hit her, the referee isn't looking, hit her. And then, but Fallon, because, Fallon, she's a good girl, she won't resort to those ways. And then she's like, no, and then the ref sees Brooks with the purse, and he throws him out, so Brooks gets thrown out. Then it's a distraction because then Fallon turns around, gets hit with their finisher. Alba Fire, Isla Dawn defeat. Alba Fire, Isla Dawn retain the NXT Women's Tag Titles, but there's still some controversy though because but before that even happened, Brooks is all upset because he got thrown out, right? So Brooks is all upset. Josh Briggs, his friend, tries to be like, "What the heck are you doing, man?" Brooks shoves Briggs. So, yeah. Honestly, those two are like brothers, man. So, I mean, it was like, I'm like, whoa, he just pushed him. Yeah, because to me, that even though they're not actually brothers, they have that close bond. But no, he pushed him. He got mad. And then they lost, and then Brooks was carrying Kiana away while Briggs and Fallon are like, what the heck? So you could see that Brooks is very mad at Fallon and Briggs and just wants to worry about his relationship with Kiana. And yeah, because Kiana will win by any means necessary. Brooks is kind of having that same mindset now. So yeah, you can see that. Eddie Thorpe defeats Javier Bernal. Damon Kemp was out there just watching the match, I guess. Yeah, just watching Eddie Thorpe. Tiffany Stratton defeated Sol Ruka. Noam Dar talking about how with his trophy or whatever, and saying how, like I did good in NXT UK, and now I'm going to bring all this to NXT. So, yeah, so it's going to be cool to see Noam Dar in NXT. It had this really creepy promo with Gigi Dolan talking about the house she grew up in and how she was begging to get out of there, and as soon as she can run away, she ran away, and just reflecting on her journey to NXT and stuff. And yeah, so we're definitely, and she talked about JC Jane and stuff, so we're gonna see JC Jane, Gigi Dolan once again. Yeah. And then we got the bad girl of NXT, Cora Jade, bro. Cora Jade's back. She returned last week, and she basically just goes off on the women's locker room saying how, like, her old friend Roxanne Perez, talking about her anxiety, talking about Zoe Stark, talking about Lyra Valkyria, talking about Gigi Dolan, Tiffany Stratton, talking about all the women in the locker room. Then talking about Indy Hartwell. And and also because Tiffany Stratton said backstage how she beat Indy Hartwell so many times, so that she can definitely beat her for the title. I'm talking like her, because she talks so loud. Tiffany Stratton talks so loud. But so she's saying, how she wants a shot and she could easily beat Indy because she's beaten Indy so many times before. Yeah, no. And Indy Hartwell wasn't even there, so I mean, yeah, I don't know. Again, it could have been, remember, there was weird travel issues back on Raw, so I don't know what happened here, but yeah, Indy Hartwell wasn't at this episode of NXT. I don't know why. But, so yeah, Cora Jade just going off on the women's locker room. Then Lyra Valkyria comes out, and she's like, yeah, watch who you're talking to and stuff. And then Cora Jade just smacks Lyra, but then Lyra, boom, knocks her right back, and Cora Jade runs off. NXT Anonymous filmed this video of the family, Tony D'Angelo and Stax, freaking kidnapping one of the members from Pretty Deadly. I think it was Kit Watson. Yeah. Kit Wilson. Yeah. Kidnapping him, tossing him in the trunk. Yeah. And then backstage, they're talking about it. Then Roxanne Perez shows up, and she's like how, and you know, Tony D'Angelo and Stacks are to talk to her, and he's like, Roxanne, you ever need any help? Just come to us. Then Zoe Stark shows up, and she's talking about Roxanne. Roxanne says, well, how about Roxanne and Zoe Stark have a match next week? I'm pretty sure, yeah. So next week, Roxanne and Zoe Stark are going to have a match. And then Stacks is like, yo, Zoe, I got to ask you something. Like, you know, Tony D'Angelo and Stacks are like, you know, just talking with the ladies, yeah. And then Pretty Deadly have to ruin the party and attack the family. D'Angelo and Stacks beat the crap out of them, yeah, which sets up a match, which, I mean, was going to probably set up a match next week. Ilya Dragunov defeats Von Wagner, which means Mr. Stone is done with Von Wagner. I mean, yeah, you really think Ilya Dragunov was going to lose to Von Wagner? Yeah, no. And then Dijak comes out and says, and Dijak face-to-face with Dragunov. So, yeah, we know we're going to see a Dijak-Dragunov feud. That is going to be awesome. And then here, I want to make sure. The Schism confronted Gallus, and we're saying how the Diab, the other two guys in the Schism, said how they haven't got a shot at the tag belts yet. And Gallus like, yeah, just come to us. We got it. But the Creed brothers also want another shot. So, triple threat tag match next week is going to go down between Gallus, the Dyad, which are part of the Schism, and Creed brothers. And they all brawled after Joe Coffey had a matchup with Tank Ledger, I think his name was, making his debut. Joe Coffey picked up the victory, and then Creed brothers and Dyad came out Schism, and they just started brawling, which was cool. And then, yeah, we talked about that. And then, yeah, we got the Fatal 4-Way. In the end, Grayson Waller picks up the victory. He will because in 2 weeks, there's NXT Spring Breakin'. It's called, yeah, NXT Spring Breakin'. Grayson Waller is now going to face Carmelo Hayes. So that is going to be an awesome match. I can't wait for that. And also next week in NXT, we're going to have Wesley puts the NXT North American Championship on the line against Charlie Dempsey because they had a little confrontation backstage. So that is going to be cool. But that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned. Sheriff C Money coming out on Friday. The video coming out on Friday, so stay tuned for that. Leave a comment. Leave a like, subscribe for more, tap the notifications bell, and C Money is out.